Getting the balance right between protecting and encouraging a gifted child is incredibly difficult. But in Singapore, Valentine Corley is determined that his 8-year-old son, Einan, reaches his full potential.
Complex processes in autism begin when a molecular key fits into a correspondingly shaped molecular lock. Exactly. The key can be a relatively small molecule circulating in a body fluid, whereas the lock is usually a large molecule known as a biological receptor that is often found embedded in a cell membrane.
Einan Corley's love of science was spotted when he was 6 years old.
We discovered that he was interested in chemistry when he was at his aunt's house. He found a chemistry book and he was reading it. And his aunt saw him reading this and said, Einan, you seem to understand that. And he said, I do. And so she went away and got an exam paper, gave it to him, O-level exam paper, and he answered the questions correctly.
Einan taught himself chemistry on the internet, and at 7 passed the O-level exam. Now his father is battling to fast-track his academic career.
Yehudi Menuhin without a violin is not a violinist. He's a could have been. And the same applies to any of these children. If they don't get the opportunities they need, then all you've done is wasted their life and wasted the contribution they could have made to society.
Huh?
Tell me why I can't climb. The weight and the pressure.
Daddy can't climb because he is so heavy. If he steps over here, he will ruin his feet. Because his weight exerted on a small area will cause a lot of pressure. He weighs 111 kg.
And the surface area is roughly how much?
Square inch, a square inch.
A square inch.
Can you imagine what would have happened if Leonardo da Vinci had never been apprenticed to an artist? None of his work may have happened. To put a child like that in an ordinary school is a kind of abuse. From his perspective, school is in slow motion, which is how he described school to me one day. He said to me, the only thing I like about school is my friends. So he does have that, but the actual lessons don't give him anything at all. Nothing. They cannot.
Although Einan must continue attending primary school, Valentine has arranged for him, aged just 8 years old, to also study chemistry at degree level.
It's only the third-year students here get to do the experiments because they have gone through first and second-year training. But for Einan, he just comes in as if he's gone through the first and second-year training already. He basically knows what to do.
If I increase the concentration of nitrogen, what would happen?
Reaction.
Very good. Reaction would go to the right to reduce the concentration of nitrogen according to the Chatelier's principle. If I increase the concentration of chlorine, what's going to happen? Yeah, equilibrium will shift to the right.
He has a mind of an 8-year-old, but the intelligence, which is roughly the same of ours, which is a bit stressful if you work with him.
Subsequently, you need to wash it with sodium chloride. Tell me why we need to do this. I'll leave it to you to find out, okay? Why do you need to wash with sodium chloride? Anybody can tell me now?
It aids layer separation.
Yes, it aids layer separation.
It's very obvious that he's a prodigy, and I think that the people here are very welcoming of that. I had worried they might not be, but no, there's no worries at all.
But it would seem Einan might not be the only genius in the family. His father, now a freelance writer, originally studied natural sciences at Cambridge.
When I was a child, I had many different gifts, but I don't think that they were given the full opportunities they needed to be expressed.
To your mind, any of Einan's ability inherited from his parents?
Yeah, I would say so. The funny thing is that his scientific interests parallel my own, age for age, as a child. He starts expressing interest in chemistry at 6. It's the same age I became interested in chemistry. Okay, so it's the same pattern, and yet we didn't guide him in this pattern. We just let him be, and he chose the same path. It's easy for a child in that position to end up frustrated, and having known that situation myself, I don't want to see him frustrated. I want to see him develop at his own pace in the areas of his interest and become the wonderful human being he is intended to be.